amazing climbers. What gives them the ability to climb so well, they have almost like a little rubber-like pad on the bottom of their hooves. This gives them great traction on the rocks. As well, their hooves are split for even better traction. A lot of the times when we do see them, we'll see them licking the rocks. So what they're doing, they're licking the different minerals in the rocks, things like calcium, magnesium, and keratin. They don't produce keratin naturally like we do. That's what helps grow our fingernails and our hair. So they have to lick the rocks to attain it. And that helps improve the growth of both their horns and their hooves. So guys, this great big pile of dirt and rock and rubble we've been driving alongside, and now we're kind of on top of it. This is known as a lateral moraine. Did your shuttle driver Way talk to you guys about recessional and terminal moraines? Yes? No? Yes? All right. Glaciers were seated about 3 kilometers. Currently it's just over 5 kilometers long, or 2.5 miles long, by a kilometer wide, or half a mile wide. And it ranges anywhere from 100 meters thick to about 250 meters thick, or roughly 300 to 800 feet. At the end of the glacier, you'll notice these 3 giant steps of ice. Those are known as the ice falls, or the head wall. That's what connects the Columbia Icefield to the Athabasca Glacier. So that top plateau of snow up there is a very, very, very... so we have a couple of features helping us down right now. We have the option between 4- and 6-wheel drive. So I do have the 6-wheel drive engaged. As well, we have what's called the transmission lockup feature. So it's very similar to downshifting in a manual car. Kind of slows the revolutions of the tires to match the speed of the engine. So it uses the engine as a brake. So I'm not applying the brakes whatsoever right now. The engine is doing all the work. So we first started using these Ice Explorers back in 1981. The generation of Ice Explorers we used before these were made by a company called Bombardier out of Quebec. They were great machines, but the problem was they had tracks instead of tires. So these tracks tended to chew up the ice and do some damage to the glacier. So Brewster wanted a vehicle that was going to have less impact or minimal impact on the glacier. So they contacted a company out of Calgary, Alberta called Foremost. They specialize in making mining and oil field equipment, and this is what they came up with for us, the big Terra tire bus, Ice Explorer. So each one of these tires is kept at a very low air pressure, in between 15 and 20 psi, about half the pressure of your average car tire. This not only helps with traction, as well it helps minimize our impact on the glacier. So back in 1981, these Ice Explorers cost about $350,000. Today, if we still got them built by the same company, they would cost us around $1.3 million. So we have contacted a company called Wajax, and they're in the process of refurbishing all our Ice Explorers one by one. So they replaced the original Detroit diesel engines with Mercedes-Benz engines, more eco-friendly hydraulics. They replace all the mechanical and central parks. The average elevation of the Columbia Icefield is about 3,000 meters or over 9,000 feet. And the tallest peak in the Columbia Icefield is Mount Columbia, which is 3,747 meters. The Columbia Icefield has 11 out of the 22 tallest peaks in the Rockies. And then the definition of an icefield, it's basically a sheet of ice that fills in a mountain basin or a plateau. And then all the overflow of that icefield are the glaciers. So the Columbia Icefield has 6 outlet or overflowing glaciers. 3 are visible from the road and 3 are not.